Hey guys, what's good? Today we're looking at how to make your titles interact and feel like they're a part of your footage. Let's go.
How is it going, guys, and welcome to the Olufemii channel. We're a group of teachers that want to shore up your video production skills in as little time as possible.
Hey everybody, what's good? Dave here. I hope everybody's doing really well. This video is brought to you by Envato Elements, so we'll talk about that a bit later. I was recently watching the trailer for Power of the Dog, and I noticed some pretty interesting title work. Now, admittedly, I haven't watched the film yet, but it's got raving reviews, so I've heard, so it's definitely on the list for me to watch. As far as the trailer goes, there's some really interesting interactive elements between the footage and the title, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. It's a lot easier than you think, so we're just going to jump straight in. Let's go. So there's a title right here that comes in, it kind of fades in, but as you can see, the title is interacting with the footage. I'm just going frame by frame, and as you can see, the piece of leather is going in front of the title. This is a pretty easy one. The rope kind of goes in front of the title, and as you can see, there's some rotoscoping there. It's pretty obvious what they've done there. So this element's really interesting. So as the camera pans through, the title moves behind the subject. So that's a pretty cool one as well. And right here, as you can see, the fingers in front of the title. And then let's see, does anything else happen? Yeah, so as you can see, the fingers rotoscope there, and then the rope is rotoscope, just going frame by frame. There you go. And then it disappears. So it's a really interesting way of how to interact your titles with your footage. We're just going to explore that. I'm just going to grab some footage I found on Envato Elements, and we're going to go ahead and try this out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Envato Elements and get some footage. So this piece of footage looks pretty interesting. I'm just going to download it, add it to my project. And the cool thing about Envato is they add everything to folders. So if you ever need to go back to something, everything's there for you to just download again. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to rotoscope this, but I'm going to use Runway. Now Runway has some incredible stuff, and I've use them a lot for the green screen element. I'm just gonna drag my footage in here and upload it. And I've got a few different pieces of footage. I found this gecko and then the guy under the water. So I'm gonna go with the guy under the water. And the whole point is rotoscoping different elements so I can kinda hide the title behind. So as you can see, this footage right here, he's moving around. Next, I'm gonna go to the green screen and just rotoscope him out. And this is how insane this AI powered rotoscoping is. I'm just gonna click on his body and it's just gonna start rotoscoping different elements out. There you go. It's already done. This was real time. I didn't speed anything up. This is how fast this thing is. And because of the bubbles, it's kind of missing things here and there. If you wanted to refine that, they've got a brush and you can go in, refine all those little bits, and you kind of give the AI more information to work with, and it'll use that for the next few frames. Now, the parts that I'm bothered with are like more of his shoulders, and I'm probably gonna hide the titles behind there. So I'm gonna go back, and as you can see, the footage is already loaded up here, and it's rotoscoped him out, which is insane. This is crazy. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna export this mask, and let's stick this color green behind it. I'm just gonna export it, ready to drop into Premiere and mess around with the titles a bit. While that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and drop in another clip. Now I found this clip of this gecko, and again, I'm just gonna green screen it, and I reckon I could do this with one click. So just click on the subject, and just like that, it's rotoscoped it. This is bonkers. So yeah, it's done it. So I'm gonna go back, and it's rotoscoped it, and I'm going to go ahead into my mask and export the mask. Now, because I've got like some greens, yellows in here, I'm just gonna export the alpha channel, and then I'm just gonna matte track it in Premiere. So export that. So that's sent to export. I'm just gonna go ahead and download these. Put everything in the same folder, just so we've got everything nice and organized. And I'm just gonna drop that footage folder into my project. All there, ready to go. As I said in the beginning, Envato Elements have been kind to sponsor this video. They've got an amazing array of assets, graphics, motion graphics, templates of all sorts, After Effects, Premiere Pro, Final Cut. They've got so much stuff in there. Apparently they've got over 1 million assets for you guys to use. There's definitely stuff there to level up your production. I find that when clients ask for something, I can find an asset on Envato Elements that gets me there faster, or at least very close, then I can modify it. It might be a template or something. I just modify it and I'm just ready to go. Definitely a no-brainer, and they're running a ridiculous deal at the moment. Your first month is $9. Fill your boots. That's what I say. Unlimited downloads, royalty free. Go for it. Check the link description. Let's get back to the video. Now let's go with the dude. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that green screen on top of it. I'm just gonna delete the audio because I don't really need that. And then I'm gonna go into my Ultra key and take that green stuff out. All right, so the footage looks exactly the same, but now I can sandwich some titles in between. I'm just gonna add some text in. If you know what song these lyrics are from, let me know in the comments. It just came to me right there. Random, I know. I'm just gonna go and change the font, and I'm just gonna sandwich it in between. So as you can see right here, we've got the title just interacting with the footage a bit. Might put it there because as he's moving, it kind of reveals the lettering from the titles. So I'll put it there. And then the next thing I want to do is I'm just gonna have some slight chromatic aberration in there. See if I can make it just a bit more part of the scene. Give it slightly a bit more movement. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to keyframe those two just so we've got some movement in the text. Also, let's try to add a shadow behind our subject and see if that makes it a bit more interesting when it goes over the title. Now when it comes to the footage with the lizard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in my footage, pop it on the third layer, and then I'm going to drag the alpha channel on top of that. I'm going to go to my footage and look for the track matte key. Drag that onto it, and then where it says matte, I'm just going to get it to matte it to video 4, and then under composing use the Luma. I'm going to duplicate the actual footage and then turn off the matte key. And right there, I've got some space to start putting the title in. I'm gonna add some more text here. Guess what quote this movie's from. While we're here, I'm gonna go to my text and add a ramp effect. And I'm thinking for start color, I'll probably use some of that green that's on the lizard. And then I'm gonna use some of that red. And then I'm gonna go to the start and start keyframing the start of the ramp. As you can see, as I move this, it'll start creating a bit more movement in the text. So I'll probably start from there, keyframe that, and come to the end and probably move to something like that. And then I'm gonna use a noise effect, pop that on there for a bit of grain. Won't go too crazy here, just a tiny bit. Right about there, kind of like what it's doing there. And just for a bit of fun, let's just add a sound effect in there. That's pretty cool. So those are just some easy ways of being able to make your titles interactive footage. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Check out Envato Elements for amazing motion graphics, footage, anything you need to make your productions level up. They've got it. Like and subscribe, that always helps the channel. Click on that notification bell because we drop videos every single week. If you want to say hi to me personally, Dave the Greco is my handle on Instagram. Take care, guys. Peace.